Thanks for joining us. I'm Carlton with Pull My Pork Barbecue, and today we're going to be doing chili, smoked chili, on the Bradley electric smoker. Now before we get going, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so that we can keep producing these videos. So if you would, please go down, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the little bell next to it so that you know when we come out with new videos. So let's get to making this. Okay, the first thing that I did, I ground up 2 pounds of ground meat with some chopped up garlic in it. Also added in, I had some brisket left over from the brisket we did on the Bradley smoker, and I added it in there and browned it all together. And now we're going to start putting it together, getting it ready to go on the smoker. And today I'm using my Bradley smoker. It's about 25 degrees outside and we've got about a 30-mile-an-hour wind. And you're going to see how well that element upgrade I did does at holding temperature in very bad weather where normally my Bradley wouldn't hold temperature. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to add in about 16 ounces of beef broth to the pan. And here you can either use a whole yellow onion diced up. I prefer to use dehydrated onions in mine. We'll put that in there. Then we're going to put in 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. We're going to put in a tablespoon of cocoa powder. Get all of this out of there. And I know what you're thinking, cocoa powder and chili, yeah, you need to put it in there. It makes a big difference. We're going to put in a tablespoon of cumin. We're going to put in a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of black pepper, and we're going to put in a half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Okay. Now what we're going to do, my wife cans tomatoes out of our garden, and I'm going to put in 1 pint of Rotel tomatoes, 1 pint of just regular tomatoes, if I can get this open. And I'm going to put in 8 ounces of tomato paste or tomato sauce that my wife cans. Okay, we're going to stir this all up really good. This is going to make some excellent chili. You really need to try this. And smoking it adds that smoky flavor. I'm using Mesquite pucks today in my Bradley smoker. I really like the flavor that the Mesquite smoke gives this chili. This is really quick, goes really good on cold days. We'll get this stirred up really good. Now that we've got this stirred up really good, let's go out and we'll get the Bradley going and get it up to temperature. We'll get this on. Okay, it's been 20 minutes. Our smoker's up to temp, believe it or not, in the weather we're having. Before I made the upgrade on this smoker, and I'll post a link in here for that upgrade that I did. But with the temperatures and the wind we're having today, my smoker would have never got over 100 degrees before the upgrade. So let's go get this on. Okay, we're going to put this in. Just I'm gonna put it right in here. Okay, get this closed back up. We got plenty of water. Here, let me have this. As you can see, it dropped to 257 and it's climbing back up. If you can see it right there. And it dropped to 255. But with this wind we've got there, and you can see the snow we've got. And this wind is blowing 25 to 30 miles an hour. And this Bradley took it 20 minutes to get up to temp. Okay, it's been about an hour and a half. We're going to check and stir it right quick. Oh, it's looking good. I wish you could smell this. Okay, let it keep going. But you can see the snow we've got. Okay, I just pulled the chili off. It went for about 2.5 hours on the smoker, about 275 to 280 degrees. And if you want the recipe for this, there'll be a link right down here where you can go get it. It's printable, you can print it off, whatever you need. But I'm fixing to try some of this. Boy, it smells amazing with that mesquite. Okay. Get me a cracker here to go with it. That is some good chili right there. Excuse me, I got my mouth full, but this is good. I have to get me another sample of this. Yeah, this is really good. It got just a little bit of bite to it. And if you don't want the bite, you can cut back on the cayenne pepper and tame it down a little bit. But it's great chili. That smoky flavor from the mesquite wood really comes through on it. So give this a try. Go over and get the recipe. Like I said, there'll be a link right down here. I told you I'd give you a link to where you can go get the recipe for it so you can make it. And I'm sure once you make it, this is the only way you'll make chili again. So thanks a lot for stopping by. And again, go down and hit the subscribe button. We really need your help getting to 1,000 subscribers so that we can continue to make these videos. And I want to thank each and every one of you for stopping by and watching the video. And I want to send a special thanks out to all the men and women in our military that are serving around the world. And I want to send a special thanks out to all the men and women in law enforcement that keep us safe every day. And I want to send a special thanks out and to the officers at the Evansville Police Department. Great bunch of guys. If you happen to see one of them in Evansville, stop and say hi to them. They work hard. And again, thank you for stopping by.